Have you seen a child of mine? Long dark hair and eyes that shine with a
Hello,
laugh
music
like
lovers.
a nurse.
It's the Old Dog songwriter here, talking about a song called A Child of Mine. Now, this song is a lament. It's a lament for the mothers and the children who suffer the terrors and the ravages of war. And while the song was inspired by the terrible events in Gaza, I was also thinking of the suffering that mothers and children suffered in Ukraine and other areas in the world where the military lays down bombs and other attacks on a civilian population and displaces them and causes them so much suffering. Now, the lyrics for the song use an old technique that I learned when I was writing short crime stories. I used to be a crime writer back in the day. And in a crime story or a mystery story, you think that a person is one thing, but it turns out in the end there's something completely different. So the writer leads you in one direction and you think you know what's going on, but in the end you find it's completely different. You've shifted it and you've surprised the reader. So I use that technique in the lyrics for the song, because it starts out with a mother singing, "Oh, have you seen my daughter? Oh, she's so wonderful. She's so sweet. She sings so beautifully. She's such a lovely child. You've seen her, haven't you?" Then as the song develops, you realize that something terrible is happening around the family, that they're suffering the attacks of war. And then as the story goes to its conclusion, you realize the real tragedy in the story. So I borrowed a technique, as I say, from writing mystery stories, and I think that adds something to it. And one other thing, when you think about the laments that we love so much, like Danny Boy, you realize that the song is very sad, but it's also very beautiful. And I think this song falls in that category. It's a lament, it's a tragedy, it's a very sad song, but it also has a certain kind of austere beauty to it. And I think that carries the song along very well. So check it out, A Child of Mine, the Old Dog songwriter Tim shared with Mighty Rivers Music. Thanks for listening.
Have you heard her voice so clear?